You can do whatever you want. I mean, I would try not to, of course. Hey, yo, what's up, it's your boy, Media, and come to you live from the Media J Media headquarters here in Worcester, Massachusetts. And I am with the one, the only, the social media / TikTok star, Tizzy is in the house. What up, man? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We were just talking about, like, as we were coming on air, I don't know if you saw us laughing in the transition, but it was because this is your first time here. Yeah. And I never asked you to come in all this time, and we're like, wow, how dare I? You know, I'm just kind of probably with the tournament at the beginning. Yeah. Never did a podcast, never been on like somebody else's podcast. Never. I didn't realize that. I mean, you're all over social media. You're all about making people laugh. You get thousands of views. Sometimes on multiple occasions, I've seen you go viral, completely viral. Just you're an absolute trip on social media, and I love watching you and I love following you. So let's just bring it back a little bit. Start by telling me who you are. Give me a little bit of background of who is Tizzy. Hello. It's gonna be one of those, yeah. I'm from Worcester. This is my stomping grounds. I lived out in Springfield for about 7 years as well, but I came back out here because, you know, who wouldn't want to come back out here? Right, who's like just waiting the whole time? Better get back to work. Yeah, no lie, Worcester, right? Yeah. No fun stuff. Oh my god. But yeah, I kind of. I'm sorry. I'm just. That's okay. So let's start with what got you into comedy. I mean, I've always been into it. I've always been a class clown. You know, I was just that student that got sent out into the hallway or got set next to the teacher. You know, I was just that person. Why? I don't know. I had a kind of little rough upbringing. That's what I'm trying to get. So let's get into who you actually are. The people, they can watch your social media, they can follow you to know the surface level stuff, right? But we want to know exactly who you are, right? As much as you're comfortable with that. Yeah. Of course. I want to, like, if anything you don't like, pull back, be like, go mind your business. It's cool. We're about that life. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, comedy, as far as I know, usually comes from pain. Yeah. So it's a coping mechanism. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like I said, I had a pretty rough upbringing, and I just kind of found myself laughing through it all. I mean, for the most part, yeah, laughing through it all because it's like that was my only smile that I had that they can't take from me. Yeah. So, just kind of with that smile, and I just fought through it. And, you know, it just came a point where it's like, I don't like people feeling how I felt. Or just like, you know, just out in general. So I just kind of just been a smile for people because you don't know what someone's going through. You know, someone could be having a hard day, you know, they could sit there and, you know, themselves, and you just don't know, and that smile can just kind of turn their whole turnaround, you know? Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you know, you always hear laughter is the best medicine, and it's so true. Yeah. Because I think we can expose a little bit about, we do have a kinship. Yeah. We are related, not by blood, but by relation. Yeah. And I'm very familiar with a lot of what you went through and a lot of your personal story, and I've seen it firsthand, you know, how ugly it got. But we're not living back there. We're moving forward. You know, things have only gotten better since then, but the point is, your past, you know, there was a lot of painful points in your past that led you to just healing that pain. And the way that I healed my pain was a smile, because that was the only thing they didn't take from me. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know they sure did try to take everything. They did. Like, literally, your toys, your books, your friends. I mean, when weren't you grounded? Going out to, it was like the opposite of like a regular childhood where, you know, when you, most of the time was spent outside. Once in a while, you got grounded. It was the exact opposite for you. Most of the time, you were grounded, and you know, when you got outside for that, I would break. That's why when I got out, I never flew. I ain't never going back. You sent me back. No, never again. Not. And I mean, I love the fact that, you know, you didn't let that break you, because
a lot of your circumstances, you have every reason and every excuse to have been broken. And that kind of brings me to one of the reasons why I asked you to come here today, or actually you volunteered, and then I was like, please come. I had sent a shout out to everyone to see if anybody was interested in coming and hang out with me and talk a little bit about Hispanic Heritage Month and just celebrate our heritage, our culture. And then you hit me up, and I was so excited to have you. And you know, your story is very much in line with a lot of Hispanic heritage and culture. There was a lot of pain in the past, but we always overcome it, you know, through so many different means, whether it's music, whether it's comedy, whether it's food, and we always got the best of all three, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, come on.
Absolutely.
Are you a cook?
Am I?
I mean, you tell them. I know. I'm asking you. Tell them. Listen. All right. What's your favorite meal to cook?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. You can tell that I want to be lasagna.
Lasagna.
You sure can.
Lasagna is my favorite.
That's what's up. Anyway, so Hispanic heritage. What does your heritage mean to you?
Soy boricua.
Yeah. And how much more Spanish is that?
I know enough to get myself in trouble.
Listen, where's bathroom? I think it's kind of funny, or tragically funny, I guess, that a lot of American-born Latinos or Hispanics can't speak Spanish.
I mean, I said I can't. I know enough.
Listen,
to get me out of trouble.
I feel you. But if we had to sit here, like if you had to sit here and interview someone in Spanish, could you do it? That's what I'm talking about. I know enough.
I'm going to throw a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah.
Tu entiende?
Right.
Yeah? Okay, see?
I don't know. Tu entiende? I'm not sure. But the thing is, like, your mother, I mean, she could barely speak English. Am I wrong?
I mean, she's fluent English.
No, she did, but a very thick accent, which means she knew Spanish. And if she had her choice, she spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
But why can't we, is my question. What happened? Where was the ball drop?
I feel like, you know, as our generation goes and we have kids, it's kind of our job to make sure that we stick that to our kids.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Absolutely. Ain't going nowhere.
Same. My son's like, Spanish what? Espan what?
Yeah, my daughter knows somewhat Spanish. Yeah. Isaiah, he knows fluent. You know, he understands it because that's, you know, that was my firstborn, and you know, that's all we spoke, and my mom spoke to him. So
yeah, he had that relationship.
Yeah, so he stuck to it, you know. And then like my daughter is somewhat of it, but then you know, the next one, no. Yeah,
it's not happening no more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank God for Spanish class, right? Like at that point, it's like it's up to you, little.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone. I don't think there's a new one out now. What is it called? The Audible, I think. No. That's a book app. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They don't sponsor me, so I need to remember their name. Duolingo? Dua All right. Listen, I'm not as funny as you. I know. Let's talk about your comedy, though. So, as we discussed, you were inspired by a lot of pain in your past. And now you're on social media. You're doing all kinds of video type platform comedy. And you even have your kids joining in on that, which I think is hysterical. And I think that's one of the places where you actually first went viral was with you and Isaiah always messing around with each other.
Yes, that's kind of where we started. Yeah. You know, the pranking with me and him, you know, smacking each other with baby powder, you know, just putting our butt in their face while they're sleeping.
It's okay. Don't be afraid to say what you do. Like, because how many likes do you get? How many laughing emojis do you get? People love what you do.
It literally, like, not every video is going to hit, you know, but I do have a good support system that it's just whether or not this one might not, the next one will, but it's not even all about that. It's just, I enjoy it. I put it out there. Here you guys go. Do as you please with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laugh. That's the most important thing. Why is it important for you to make people laugh?
Because I feel it's very therapeutic. It's very, you know, I have tons of people who had messaged me throughout the years sitting there saying like, to the point where it's like I'm in tears because it's like it's very touching because they're like, you know, I look forward to your videos. You are so funny. I just, you know, you're just somebody that is an inspiration to them. So it was kind of like, oh, so nice.
It's always nice getting those comments, you know, like how you, when you do creative stuff and you put it out there, especially not knowing how people are going to respond to it, to get that feedback to say, nah, we really rock with what you're doing.
Yeah, not everybody gonna like it, honestly, but
that part. So how much hate do you get? I want to know. Do you get like nasty comments, like haters out there talking about, oh, you're copying this person, or oh, you think you're funny, you're not?
At the end of the day, you're not gonna be you if you ain't have no haters. That means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
That means you're doing something right. And honestly, I don't acknowledge it. You know, I have pretty thick skin. Like I said. Growing up, I have pretty freaking thick skin. Yeah. I see everything. I read everything, you know what I mean? And I just take that and just comment about it. And it's like, you really want to take it to social media? Let's take it to social media. Because who's gonna look at? Not me, because they're going to laugh at you. And it's like, I barely got to say anything because then, you know, you have, you know, Tizzy family come out and, you know, they got me. Because I don't mean no harm.
Right. They pick it up where you left off. You just got to sit back and be funny. And
I
let your game go at them.
Yeah, I just don't acknowledge the negativity. I'm like, if you go on my social media, ain't nothing negative on my page. If I see anything negative, I'll delete you. I don't got time for that. You know, it's just like, this is just what it is, and this is what I'm offering you guys. So that's it.
And speaking of not having time for it, you're also a mom, as we discussed. Isaiah, hello. Shout out to Isaiah. But not just Isaiah, you have 2 other young babies at home. And I love them. They're so freaking cute. And then you're a nurse. Tell me a little bit about that. Because I think it ties into your comedy, and I think it's funny as well. And that, you know, we discussed, you're not really a people person. Believe it or not.
Who is? Who is? And I mean nowadays, because people are just
especially nowadays, people are.
So I just rather just stay to myself. I'll crack a little jokey joke here, see how much you laugh, and I know where I can go from there. If you're not giving me a laugh, then I'm, you know, I know where we stand, you know. But I just kind of just enjoy. Like, I love my patients, you know. I work with a lot of elderly people, and like they're just super. I just love it.
Do they tell you you're so cute all the time? They have to. Because you are cute. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but Tizzy's little, tiny.
I'm itty bitty.
Yeah. And you're always with a smile and stuff like that. That must make your older patients' day, really, like to see you come in with that energy. And I'm sure you crack jokes.
Yeah. Like I said, I do a little jokey joke to see how much I can joke with them. And, you know, if I can take it, then I'm going to run with that. You know? And if they just look at me, I make a joke and they're just serious about it, it's like, I ain't going.
Yeah, and then you just take the blood and
pretty much.
It's time to go. That's awesome. So the other question I wanted to, I'm hesitant to ask this question because I don't know how you're going to react because we never really talked about this before. But I'm curious about your thoughts on politics.
I don't do politics.
No,
I don't talk about politics.
Not at all.
Nope. There's certain topics that I stay away from, and you know.
Well, maybe that's why I felt the energy of don't go there, man. You leave it alone.
No, it's like,
politics ain't even worth it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll throw like my opinion or two in there, but honestly, you know, whoever is running is what they're gonna do with the country. Am I gonna be so caught up in it? No.
All right, so let me just ask, what are your thoughts on Trump? Because a lot of comedians usually have funny takes on Trump because he's a funny guy. He's a funny character. He gives you plenty of content to be able to come back with something funny.
Yes, he is funny, but like I said, it's like I kind of stay.
Not now, not today.
I mean, just politics in general. It's like, you know, I feel like politics and like a couple other things bringing up, and it's kind of like, you know, that's a big thing in like media.
Yeah, people get mad. They take it real personal. Yeah. Like, you lose family over politics.
And then I ain't got time to, you know, give my support a little mix up out there because they're like, when does she talk about politics? And, you know, they're going to feel some type of way about it. And I ain't got, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give them an A1, not, you know, a negative.
So break down your format a little bit. Like, how you like to go about making people laugh? Like, where does it come from? Is it just you wake up one day and it's like, you think of something in your head, it makes you laugh, and you just go.
Pretty much. I do a lot of video skits, so it's kind of like, you know, movie skits, or just a a little bit of everything. I just kind of just scroll through social media. If I find it funny, I'm just going to entertain it. Or if I find anything that's humorous and pretty cool, let's go about it. I just go shoot for the stars, baby. If they don't like it, they don't like it. We got a video to shoot up.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to go about it too. It seems to me like you just do it for the love of it. Just because you enjoy it, you have a good time.
Do I have a career of it? I mean, maybe eventually, but I just literally do it because it's just what I like to do.
Well, I think that's what makes you a star, or at the very least a rising star. You may not think you're a star. I think you're a star. Is that you're not doing it to be rich or famous. You're doing it because you love it, and your followers just come. Or I shouldn't say followers. I hate that. How do you feel about followers?
I never use followers.
Doesn't it feel weird?
I feel like followers are kind of more of like groupies, and like really big fan base. Like I use my support because that's what they are. You know,
support.
They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, saying that they're a fan is just kind of someone who's just tailgating you. I don't know. And
I don't know, it makes me, like, when I hear that, whether it's a fan or a follower, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't do it for that.
Yeah, you're just a fan.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't just sound, I don't like it. I never use that word because I don't like it. And that makes me feel like, you know, you're just following, you're a follower, or like, I'm not a fan of it.
All right. Well, you know, I want to go back again to Hispanic heritage. I wanted to talk a little bit about you, but we did that. And we will do that as soon as we come back, because we got to shout out our sponsors, right? We got to shout out the people that are paying the bills.
Who we shouting out?
Well, John's going to take it right now. That's our sponsors, so we will be right back.
Manny J Media is brought to you by...
Hey yo, welcome back to Interviews with the one and only Tizzy here at Manny J Media Community Delivered. It's so exciting to have you here with me today, homie. I'm glad you're here, and it's been a long time coming. So thanks for finally being here. I wanted to go over some things, Hispanic heritage, as we talked about before the break. So I have a little something here for you. I have a little Hispanic heritage quiz that I took earlier. You can look at it, it's fine.
What we got?
I answered all the questions myself, and I'm proud to say that I got 9 out of 10 correct.
I'm gonna probably get half of them now.
We're gonna see. Well, the reason why I took it is because it started with how much do you and your kids know about Hispanic and Latino heritage, culture, and history? Use these questions and answers as a starting point to talk and learn about the diverse histories of Latinos in America. This is about parents. This is from Parents Together Down, by the way. And I just thought it was funny how it said that, and immediately I thought about, well, damn, like I struggle teaching kids about, teaching my kids Spanish. It's terrible. It really is. Oh, and by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, we didn't go live at 10. That's a Hispanic heritage cultural phenomenon that I personally don't understand. And it's maybe because I got a little bit of white in me, so
we're running out Spanish time.
Yeah, like I don't even care where you were. The point is, it's a Latino thing. Like for some reason, I gotta tell you to be here at 9 to make sure we go for 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
I don't know. Listen, I told you, I came here.
I know. How does that happen?
It just happened. I can't.
Yeah, I got driving. Anxiety. Yeah. I'm supposed to be there an hour ago.
I was like, I'm leaving my house right now.
It was terrible. It wasn't that bad. You got here. And we're having fun now. So that's all.
Tried. I'm here.
You did it.
I was nervous. I could have been a little bit more funny, but I think it's fine.
You're fine. I think this will help bring it out of you a little bit. Are you nervous about the questions, sis?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say it's okay. You're not gonna fail. We're not gonna hold you back in 12th grade or anything. This isn't MCAS. You'll be okay. You got this?
Got it.
All right. So the Cuban American singer Celia Cruz, are you familiar? Was a popular performer from the 1940s to the early 2000s. That's a long ass career. She's known as the queen of which musical genre? It's multiple choice, so you don't have to guess. A, reggaeton, B, soul, C, salsa, D, tango. Tango.
Salsa.
That's right, you got it right. It is salsa. And, you know, sorry, the next one. Major League Baseball is known for having a large number of players from other countries. The highest number of international-born MLB players came from which country? Yeah, you know, that's what I thought, except it's not on the list, so give me a second. Venezuela, Mexico, Cuba, or Dominican Republic?
Dominican Republic.
You're absolutely correct. It is the Dominican Republic. 108 MLB players came from the DR, while 58 came from Venezuela, 18 from Cuba, and 12 from Mexico.
You know where I actually learned that question? This past Sunday on Baddies, because they were in the Dominican.
Oh, okay.
That's how I knew that answer.
Look, Baddies is a dope show. Yeah. I mean, speaking of Hispanic heritage, like you said, they were in the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's how I knew that answer from the Dominican Republic, because they were standing by a statue, and they was talking about it. So.
A lot of fun.
Just to let you know on air, real quick.
Yeah.
Over 300 players from Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico is considered part of the United States. That's probably not on that list.
Oh, quick fact check from John. So you were right. You weren't wrong. Because I thought it was Puerto Rico too. Because every time you turn around, like, we have whole Puerto Rican baseball leagues here in Worcester. You know? Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. So you said 300, Ron? Over 300 from Puerto Rico, but because Puerto Rico is part of the United States, they're not necessarily counted in that question, which is internationally born MLB players. So, with that being said, in which year did Puerto Rico become a part of the United States? A, 1779, B, 1898, C, 1933, or D, 1975? By the way, we're Puerto Rican. I'll say it again. 1779, 1898, 1933, or 1975?
I feel like it's 1975.
Ooh. You sure?
Hold on.
When they became a part of the United States? Obviously, that's me telling you it's the wrong answer. 1779, 1898, 1933. No, it's B, 1898. The U.S. claimed Puerto Rico. You heard that? The U.S. claimed Puerto Rico during the Spanish-American War. Puerto Rico is still a territory, not a state. Puerto Ricans have U.S. citizenship. That was residents of Puerto Rico can't vote in U.S. presidential elections.
In Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico. Thanks, John. Yes. If you are a citizen of a state, right? Is that the correct term?
If you move here.
If you move to the States from Puerto Rico, then you can vote. But you can't vote in Puerto Rico. Which is kind of a conundrum because it's like you claim our country as a territory and we got to follow your rules, but yet we don't have any say in your rules when it comes to our country.
And I think just that whole stuff, like, I feel like the U.S. don't even help Puerto Rico. They help them to an extent.
Yeah. So to bring it to politics that you don't want to talk about. Remember Chuck was the fucking two people top? During Hurricane Katrina. He's like, hey guys, we're clear. That's wild. Yeah, the way the United States treats Puerto Rico is insane.
And if it wasn't for us, you pretty much wouldn't have a lot of workers.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the workers thing.
We the ones that would sit there out in the fields.
Well, and along with the Cubans and Mexicans and every other Latino, and then of course there's the Black Americans as well who worked on fields for a very long time for no pay. But that's another story for another day. All right. So the last thing I wanted to just touch on was, do you know why Hispanic Heritage starts on September 15th? It goes for a month. But, like, you know, Black History Month starts on February 1st, right?
Yeah.
You would think that Hispanic Heritage Month would start on September 1st or October 1st. Like, why is it in the middle of the month? No idea.
Yeah.
I thought this would be funnier than it is. I thought we'd be cracking major jokes. It's like a whole history lesson with a comedian. So, 5 Central American countries, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, all celebrate the Independence Day on the same date, which is September 15th.
Okay.
Originally, Lyndon B. Johnson, do you know who he is? No.
I don't know much about my history.
It's okay.
I stuck the history.
Yeah, that's okay.
I sure the hell do.
We don't all accelerate the same things. I suck at math, so I feel you. I'm okay with that. So anyway, Lyndon B. Johnson made it a thing, Hispanic Heritage Week in like 1968. By the way, that's not that long ago. And then in 1988, Ronald Reagan expanded it for a month, and that's so it can cover all like the Hispanic holidays, if you will, during that time. Really. And so Christopher Columbus Day, I'm not a fan of that man, or Indigenous Peoples Day, which I'm a much bigger fan of, kind of rounds it out as the Hispanic Heritage Month, if you will. So, yeah, interesting facts. Did you enjoy that fun fact in history?
A little sentence.
I think we should know this. Don't you think it's important that, like, because Hispanic history and culture, like, I'm a big fan of knowing where you came from, helps you where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, it's like in school now, they're not really teaching any of that now. They're just kind of just closing that book and just leaving it alone.
Letting us know what we really need to know, or what they think we need to know. Yeah. How do you feel about, I mean, like, obviously you stopped caring about history once you left high school, right? Once it didn't matter anymore. You didn't have to pass a test.
Pretty much.
How do you feel about that history you learned then, compared to what you know now?
So the history that I learned when I was in school, I mean, they taught everything, you know, like everything, you know, about X, Y, and Z. Now it's just like, you know, just they're closing the books on Black history and on certain things, which is, I don't think it's cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, this time, like, they need to know our history back. I think that's kind of like a big important thing that they need to, you know, enforce in school. It's like cursive. It's like cursive. They stopped cursive for what?
I know. I don't know why either. But, I mean, how much things do you even sign anymore? Everything's like electronic signature.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's the way of the future. That's what it's going to be. So I guess, you know, why take so much time teaching a kid how to sign their name in cursive when you could teach them how to use technology?
I mean, I guess to each his own. I'm not a big technology person.
So just so you know, cursive signatures, but they're unbreakable.
What do you mean?
They have more than 1,000 points of security. So generally speaking, physical signature is a better security device than any technology.
Okay, so what John is just saying now is that the cursive is a better security device because, you know, everybody has their own unique way they sign their name or whatever. Than anything technology has to offer. Well, I feel like my signature is different every time.
Yeah.
I really do. I have like one of those doctor scribbles.
Yeah.
How do you do yours?
Mine is just based on how I feel about the paper.
So it's different every time.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like curly and girly. And
it depends on what.
Cute, and sometimes it's just a.
Whatever.
A TB. All right, well, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining me. We're gonna have to get you back now that you got your. No, we're not out of time.
30 is it 30?
Oh, okay. Hey, I was spending more time, which is cool. I thought I saw the sign until we had it out.
No, I said this one.
All right, cool. I'm glad that we got a bit more time.
I'm 15 now, but you won't get on.
Hi, word. Well, did you know it's National Hamburger Day?
When is that?
I know. You know, I thought about that. I actually thought about stopping at McDonald's before I came here because that was the only place I could think about getting a burger. I know.
I don't know that McDonald's. No,
first of all, hashtag not sponsored. I do have the McDonald's app. Wait, no, it's not on this phone. It's on my other phone. I just got a new phone, so not everything transferred. But it's a free hamburger today.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, you get Hold on.
So let me
See
just
those points right there?
yeah, you got a lot of points, girl. So how come I always have like take a look at us? Come a little closer. Take a look. I don't know. Maybe we should stand up for a second. Take a look at us. I know I've been doing good. I've been on my little you know.
I know you're doing good.
Thank you.
From the last time I see you.
I have been doing that, but the point is, I'm still a lot larger than you. And you know how much I never eat from McDonald's? And you know how much I go buy a McDonald's and I wish I could eat McDonald's, but I don't eat McDonald's because just by looking at the McDonald's logo, I gain 5 pounds every time I do.
Listen, just eat the burger and that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay. So she just said, you can eat what you want, but stop being lazy. That's what she said to me.
Right? Pretty much.
That's what you do.
Nah.
You eat all the McDonald's you want, but also you run out of food.
I love my food. I'm an active person. I love my food. I'm not gonna let go.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can eat healthy, but you can get a salad. Like,
Well, who the hell goes to McDonald's? Stop playing with me, girl.
no, you said
Would you ever eat a McDonald's salad?
probably.
Maybe you would. I don't know. I don't feel the need to go. But anyway, so I brought up National Hamburger Month for a reason. And that's because, and this again is not sponsored, it should be, and we are open for sponsorship, Ziggy Bombs. If you go down to Ziggy Bombs today in Worcester, they're giving away free smash burgers between 5 and 8 p.m.
Is it one per person?
I don't know. That was not pretty clear on the front. I'm saying. But you can be the whole family, everybody get a smash burger each, and then you don't gotta cook tonight. But there's also actually, if you enter, they are having a contest to see how many burgers you can eat, like against this food. I should probably look it up. He eats a lot. He's a competitive eater. Let me see, what's his name?
I probably can't.
I was so prepared for this, can you tell?
Dang, goodness.
Jeff Esper.
Never heard of him.
Well, he eats a lot. No, his picture's not here. This is just the flyer I'm looking at. So you'll be competing with Jeff Esper to see if you can get the title that he currently holds of most burgers consumed at Ziggy Bombs.
I can't consume that many burgers.
I mean, you asked if you can get more than one. That's how you can definitely get more than one. It's a good question, and I had a great answer. Also, it's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're gonna have DJ Chuck chilling there, spinning the ones and twos out of the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be hosted by our friend Dominican John. So go down to Ziggy Bombs. It's a free event. Why not?
Are you going?
I am considering it.
You can get burgers.
I don't want to tell anybody on live that I'm actually doing something just in case, things change. But yeah.
You put that on the wire.
Right. I'm considering going to get that smash burger, low keys. Sneaking out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do a job. Yeah, and I don't.
So, yeah. That's what's going on in the city today. And wait, actually, I got more news. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm not doing much this weekend. You plan?
No?
Why? What are we doing?
Well, this weekend is the Latin Festival in Fitchburg, which I just wanted to let everybody know I think would be a dope thing. If you want to take the family up there, maybe go get a little bit more Hispanic heritage and culture. It's a good way to do it. And the Village Worcester is actually having a talent concert, which yours truly, along with the one and only fabulous Miss Positively Suzanne, will be hosting. Yeah. Again, at the Village Worcester, 4 King Street. And they're going to have, on the flyer itself, there's at least 10 different acts that are going to be performing that day. It's going to be a great time and a great way to support the community and the talent here in the community. You should sign up. Go do a little comedy on stage.
Listen, that's one thing that I'm working on.
Yeah, you stand-up routines?
Yeah, it's stepping up to the stage.
Yeah.
Because recording, you can record as many times as you want. You can delete it,
right.
mess up. But once you mess up, you got to rebuttal that real quick.
You know what? I know exactly what you mean in that even with this show, to be honest with you, we, for a little while, were pre-recording it. And because I knew that we were pre-recording it and that I can fix it every time I messed up, I feel like I messed up more.
Yeah.
Like, just going live and just doing it. And if I mess up, it's whatever.
I try to do it when I do videos. I try to do it one and done.
Yeah.
And it's like, the more videos. But then again, it's like, you got to watch your videos and see where you messed up at so you can fix where you messed up at. But, I mean, being on stage is just kind of like, I feel like it's a whole different ballgame. I thought about it.
Yeah.
Plenty of times I got invites to places to do some stand-up comedy, and I'm just kind of like, that's my next step in my career if I feel like pursuing it.
Yeah.
But I may just do it just for the...
Do you actually, are you a storyteller? Do you tell jokes? Or is it more just physical comedy?
I don't know, Manny. You tell me.
I'm interviewing you. We'll ask a question with a question. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, it was so good to see you. We're going to have to do this again sometime. Give me some love. Thank you so much for coming. I had a great time. Thank you guys so much for joining us and hanging out with us for Hispanic Heritage Month and to get to know Tizzy, the one and only social media / TikTok star from Worcester. If people would like to follow you, how can they do that?
Just type in Tizzy on Facebook and you'll find all my videos popping up there.
And TikTok? Same thing?
TikTok is going to be on the Tizzy Be Funny. Instagram.
Before we go, did you see the white man named Tizzy? There's a white man named Tizzy on TikTok. Look him up.
Yeah. It's Tizzy ENT. He
be out and bad people.
Yeah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I know that.
I mean, I'm not hating on him. I'm just hating that he took your name.
Yeah, there's gonna be a couple Tizzies out there now.
It is what it is. And with that being said, it's your boy Manny and
Tizzy. And
this has been another episode of Innerviews here on Manny J Media Community Delivered. We will see you real soon. Peace.